Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to Thurrock Airfield in the heart of Essex. This, of course, is the latest release from Burning Blue Design. They are the masters of creating these lovely little airfields that might not be the biggest airports in the world, but they are packed with life and detail and absolutely gorgeous for flying general aviation and warbirds out of. I love them to bits. And a huge thank you to the guys for giving me the opportunity to fly their new Thurrock and to show it to you in this video. And keep watching for a competition. If you have flown here in real life, I'd love to know what you think. Usually when I ask that question about these places, people always come back and say, yeah, do you know what? I learned to fly there. It really brings back memories, that kind of comment. But I'd love to know what you think. I've never been here in real life, but as with all of the Burning Blue Design airfields, I kind of feel that if I came here, having seen this, I would feel that I knew my way around. And by the way, if you need any aircraft bits, this is the place to come. So what is this all about? So it's a busy general aviation airfield, although it's quite small. It's within the London commuter belt. Thanks to the lovely big sign on top of one of the hangar roofs, it's not that easy to, or not that difficult to miss, rather. There's aircraft restoration and maintenance going on here. And as you saw before, there are some aircraft spares and bits and pieces lying around. It's an interesting hard runway, is the word. Probably quite appropriate if you happen to have a flying bicycle, which you'll see once we get into the air. But it's got character, and that's what I love about these places. They're a little bit different. They're as they are in real life, and they have these little quirks. And the runway here is, or rather the hard runway here, is definitely one of those. There's also a grass runway for warbird action, as they say. So what does this scenery involve? And I'm going to read from their website, as I always do. So Thurrock has been faithfully recreated from Burning Blue Design, undertaking on-site visits. That's actually quite important. These guys actually go to these places and do their research, which is why I think people do find that they are so real to life. That wasn't on their website, by the way. That's just me chipping in. So yeah, undertaking on-site visits to ensure the highest levels of accuracy. It features over 50 custom 3D objects, each with full physical-based rendering, PBR, based on the October 2023 layout, full custom night lighting, animated hangar doors which close at night, completely custom windsock, animated spectators, local landmark, the Dog and Partridge pub, which is located at the end of the runway 25, and which we might need to visit after I've been doing my flying here. Real-life static aircraft at Thurrock Airfield, Golf Romeo, Alpha Romeo Bravo, Cessna 172, November Skyhawk. High-resolution, colour-corrected ground textures taken from Bing Maps and manipulated for consistency and realism. So there you have it. As I say, they always pack a lot of detail into it, even though it's a small place. There's plenty here to have a look at. And what we're going to do, because I don't know about you, I sometimes buy aeroplanes and then I don't really do much with them. I kind of put them on the back burner and think, well, I'm going to come back to them later. And the Ants Aeroplanes Winjeel is one of those. I bought it a few weeks ago, flew it a bit. I've not done much with it. We're going to fly it around, do a couple of landings here, and I'm going to make myself look an idiot because I'm so inexperienced in this aircraft. Right, let's get going. So straight away, I'm sure you've seen the Winjeel. I'm sure you must have seen it, but it's an aircraft that's absolutely full of character. Of that there is no doubt. To give it a bit more power to move than I anticipated. There we go. And I really have hardly flown it. By the way, with the wind, it's a very small amount of wind, but we'll take 2.5 left, I think, just to be on the safe side. So we're going to do the grass runway first, and then we're going to do that pencil thin hard runway, just because I know you'll be glad of the entertainment. Yeah, Winjeel, lovely little aeroplane. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail on this video, but I will do a video in the future. It's lovely to fly, huge amount of depth as you would expect with Ants aeroplanes, but not one I've spent a huge amount of time with, which could end in tears, let's face it, because not only am I going to be landing on that pencil thin hard runway in a tail dragger, but also in one that I don't have a lot of experience with. Right, quick look around, everything's looking okay. How's the temperature? Temperature's fine, so that's within the limits for us to be able to do this. Let's keep backtracking down the runway here. I've got the radio set to the local frequency, just in case any ghostly voices come through and say, "Get off!" We'll see. Well, I guess this must be the taxiway over here, actually, looking at it. Have we done a proper job? No, that's not the taxiway, that's the Varsies. Be careful, lad. Don't go knocking the Varsies over on your first visit. The locals won't like it. I should say at this point two things. One, first of all, we have a Discord. I'll put a link to the Discord down below, and it would be good to see you there. We talk about aeroplanes, helicopters, sim and real. We post screenshots, we do group flights. We've got a photography section, we've got a kit building section, and just generally a good bunch of people that like aeroplanes and are into aviation. And there's even a help section, so some of the cleverer people on there, if you need any help, can come and help you. Right, what was the other thing I was going to say? The other thing I was going to say is we have a competition. So watch the video carefully, as I'm sure you have been. And at the end of it, I'll ask a question, and I'll post a... well, we'll talk more about that at the end. But what I would do right now is, before you start thinking of the competition, is do have a quick check below in the show notes. Show notes, that sounds very showbiz, doesn't it? In the video description, and just check that it's still on, because I'd hate for you to get angry because you've been watching intently with your eyes propped open with cocktail sticks, and then at the end you find that the competition's actually finished. Third thing I was going to say, quite obviously, this isn't meant to show you how to do any kind of proper procedures here. I am just really showing you the scenery and having a bit of fun in the Winjeel here. Just putting that in there now. Right. Let's have a quick look. Pre-takeoff, rudder 5 right. Let's do that. There we go. Anything else we need? Our mixture is auto rich. Where have we got this, by the way? That's auto rich. Carburetor air temperature is below 45, which it is. Excellent. Propeller is fully forward. Fuel pressure 4 to 6. Oh, we've got quite low fuel pressure. That's just because of where I've got the throttle. Yeah. Let's move that forward somewhere a little bit more sensible. Blum 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 blum. We'll have the boost pump on. Wrong one. There it is. Flaps we're not going to use. Switches we're not going to worry about. Taxi lights I'm going to put on. Is there anything else I want to put on? Suddenly thinking, let's have that on. Yep, anything else? That's good. Suddenly thinking, oh, let's close that. Oh, shoddy. Yeah, am I missing anything else? Let's have the landing lights. Let's have the full lights medley on. Just get that click spot, just to make sure that people know that we are around. Blum 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 blum. Right, ignition is on. The ground flight switch is in flight. Generator field is on. Gyro instruments are on. Taxi lights as required, done that. Others as required, switch those on. Jumped the gun a little bit there. Instruments, yeah, that's all looking good. Should have checked them when we were taxiing. Off flags are off. Canopy is closed and locked. Side panel is closed and locked. Harnesses ain't going nowhere. Controls full and free movement. How's it looking out there? All good. Temperatures and pressures. So we want the CHT to be a minimum of 140. We want the oil temperature minimum of 40. And we want oil pressure minimum of 40. So that is looking okay. Cylinder head temperature, what was that, 140? Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So they're all in the green. We are ready to go. Right, so just to remind myself, takeoff, we're looking for 33 inches. Right, let's go. No trepidation at all about this one. It's about to line up on the hard runway, then forgetting what I was doing. Using differential braking just to try and help it get round, but it didn't seem to want to turn very well. Oh, is it a stick position job? This is why it's always a good idea to read the manual, folks. Not that you need me to tell you that. Right, let's just... There we go. Okay, quick look around. Everything's looking fine. T's and P's are good. Nothing to worry about there. Right. So 33 on the boost gauge there. A little wobble there. Certainly she wants to jump into the air. Just avoid the houses. Lovely. There's London just in the distance. So you just see off the nose there. So it's you can see why they say it's in the commuter belt. Sorry, so I've just come back a little bit on the throttle and coming back a little bit on the RPM as well. So let's just have a look at Thurrock Airfield from the air. Using Rex AccuSeason as well, by the way, so that's why you're seeing these colours and these trees. And you can see what I mean by the name on the hangar roof there. You can't miss that. I've just actually been looking at a video in the Discord by a guy who flies in real life in this area, and he posted a little clip coming into, or rather taking off from Thurrock, and that's exactly what it looks like. Unbelievable. Right, obviously we don't, in real life, we wouldn't really want to be circling around like this like an idiot, I should say that. We would be trying to avoid the houses. We certainly don't want to annoy the locals. We'd be keeping it a little bit further out and making sure that we're not causing noise abatement issues. So first of all, we will take a go at the grass runway. This is a lovely aircraft. It's criminal that I don't spend much time in it. Right, let's have prop fully forward now. Come back on the throttle. Let's have a touch of flap. This isn't a circuit, by the way, just in case anyone is thinking that's not how you fly a circuit. This is more of a warbirdie kind of mess about. There it is. So you can see the other runway there. I might be wrong, but I think that's kind of like is it like a backup runway that they use? If anyone who knows this place for real wants to let me know, then that would be great in the comments below. There's the Vazi, watching the speed. Looking down at the instruments there and lost track of where I was actually coming in, so let's come over a bit. watch the hedges. A little bit fast. A little bit pants, a bit too long on the getting it down, which didn't leave us much room to take off at the end. So that was quite a long, rather a slow takeoff there. Let's come round again. So this time we're going to go for the hard runway. It is so thin, and after that landing on the grass runway, I don't hold out much hope for keeping it on there. So instead of doing a sort of a curved warbird approach, I'm going to try and do more of a straight in, which is a bit tricky with that nose, but I need to have a better aim on this. Lovely aeroplane. Makes me wish there was a good Harvard, and I mean a good Harvard, like an A2A quality Harvard. That would be quite something. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So we're high, thanks to the vases, we can see that. That definitely helps. Now we're on the glide slope. To the left, to the right rather. Correct for that. Over the hedge. Well. The interesting thing about that is if you're used to landing on wider runways, which let's face it, most of them are wider than that, it's surprising how What am I trying to say? It looks like it's further away than it actually is, so you have to be very wary of that. But that's interesting. That's definitely a precision runway, and now we're wandering all over the place because I'm so excited having done that landing. We're going for a little walk, so we'll just come up here. We're going to come up here and we're going to come and park next to Maverick. If you're watching Maverick, I hope all is good with you, my friend. Nice to see one of your chaps is over there having a go at the statue. There we go. We'll just bring it to a halt here. There we go. Right, let's get the parking brake on. Excellent. And let's get some fresh air in here. Listen to that lovely sound. Okay, competition time. Have you been paying attention? So, the question, let me just explain. So, first of all, to enter the competition, all you need to do is look in the description down below and see the email address. If there is an email address there, that means you send your answer to that email address. You don't have to put a message in there or anything like that, just send your answer to the email address. It could just be the answer. Simple as that. And then at 1700 hours Zulu on Sunday, so that's this Sunday, which is Sunday the 4th rather of February, so that's 1900 Zulu hours at on the 4th of February. Or 3 winners will be picked at random. So that's 3 winners for there. If down below it says the competition is closed, please don't enter the competition, or you won't be able to because the email address won't be there. And please don't be offended if I don't reply to your emails. Obviously I can't reply to every single one. That would be a bit tricky. But in advance, thank you for watching the video and thank you for entering. Anyway, what's the question? The question is, what is the name of the pub just at the end of the runway there that we are about to head to celebrate landing on a pencil-thin runway? What is the name of the pub that's just at the end of the runway there? If you've been paying attention to the video, you will know. That's for sure. Anyway, thank you ever so much for coming along. It's been fantastic having you on board. It's lovely to fly yet another Burning Blue Design airfield. They always just pack so much into them, and I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do with this one. So, from me and Maverick, goodbye, and I look forward to seeing you again on the channel very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.